We love doing the horse race and the polls at this point in the race. What, 86 days until November, and a month before the first mail-in ballots. Is it too soon to really have these matter, Carly?
Yeah, Kamala Harris has been able to reset the electoral map entirely based on what's happened in the last few weeks. I mean, these are states that Trump was winning by several points.
So there could be another reset, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, what we're gonna see now is whether or not she's able to sustain this tremendous amount of momentum that she has taken from the last few weeks, and to see if she can continue with it. She does have to win Pennsylvania and Wisconsin and Michigan unless she's able to sustain this momentum that's happening in the Sun Belt states, where Georgia and Nevada would have to go into her favor.
So, Lee, you know, conventional wisdom back in the day, right, was nobody paid attention until Labor Day. That's when sort of even low, medium information voters, people who have other things to do than politics, start paying attention. Is that still true?
I don't think it's necessarily true right now, because I think the whole world is suddenly galvanized. It has changed so much the last couple of weeks. We had a 37% enthusiasm rate among Democratic voters just 20 days ago. Today, there's an 88% enthusiasm rate. There are people who are energized and excited. It's absolutely astounding and staggering. And the question really is, can it last? I think the strategy that she's using right now of not talking to the media is working. It's so smart. She's doing a great job. She's getting underneath Trump's skin. But at a certain point, she's going to have to engage with the media. At a certain point, she's going to have to debate. At a certain point.
So in other words, in what we're saying, right, when we're saying you have to engage, the reason we're all talking about that is because in the past, when she has engaged with the media or she's engaged in debates, she's done very poorly. The word salads come out. She fumbles all over things. She says things that are easily cut up, Carly, into ads. Why simply playing the greatest hits for Donald Trump and taking out ads in all these swing states with the Kamala Harris greatest hits isn't enough?
Right now, there's so much enthusiasm for her candidacy. I think there's some aspect that's just completely shocking about what's happened with Biden dropping out so close to the actual election, and you're seeing the Democratic base who is so not excited about what was happening. We're seeing younger voters, you're seeing non-white voters now expressing their support, and I think this is something that's just taking over right now.
A lot of this has to be anybody but Donald Trump. We used to say if either Trump or Biden wasn't the nominee, the other party ran. We played this earlier, but I think it's so important because Kamala Harris' message has changed drastically from Joe Biden, right? Kamala Harris, 18 days ago, killed threat to democracy. It's gone. And brought in freedom and joy. Donald Trump's message has not changed, as evidenced by today. Take a listen.
Our campaign is about saying we trust the people. Yeah. We see the people.
Our country is right now in the most dangerous position it's ever been in from an economic standpoint.
We are a nation of people who believe.
We have a lot of bad things coming up. You could end up in a depression of the 1929 variety.
We are a work in progress. We haven't yet quite reached all of those ideals, but we will die trying because we love our country and we believe.
We're very close to a world war. In my opinion, we're very close to a world war. We have people that don't know how to handle it.
So, you know, I always say that you're winning when you're running for something, not against something. Donald Trump has pivoted. You know, when he was at the RNC, he was running for making America great again, making America strong again, making America wealthy again. He was on his 2016 track instead of the world is over that he did in 2020. Now he's back to doom and gloom. Meanwhile, Kamala has totally reset the stage. It is no longer about a threat to democracy, as you said. It is a very smart reframe on her part to really fight for freedom. And when we fight, we win. She's made it about all of us coming together. She's done a really great job.
Carly, what I think is amazing, number one, that the Biden campaign either couldn't figure this out or didn't see the polling. But number two, is this just Team Obama that has come in and figured out this new message in 4 or 5 days, or did they have the focus groups and the polling and freedom and joy figured out, and Team Biden just wouldn't do it?
Well, Biden wasn't the candidate to deliver that message. I mean, Biden was a fundamentally different candidate than Kamala Harris. Biden was running on, you know, what he was able to...
He was a policy wonk. He'd been in the Senate for 30 years.
He's a policy wonk, but I mean, the whole idea of protecting democracy was a really important thing for, his candidacy.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.